Question everything, trust nothing. It's your boy BlockchainCrusader, and welcome back to Debate Crypto. We're going to be talking about my super cycle theory and why I believe we're a lot closer to it than you can think. And it has to do with the Bitcoin ETF. And massive news is coming out about the ETFs. I know some of you guys have heard about this, but you need to watch this video I'm about to share with you guys. So let's get right into it.
Meanwhile, Bitcoin, as you might know, coming off of its best day in quite a while on hopes that the streets first Bitcoin ETF could get approved, and soon Bob Pisani is focusing on all things crypto today, Bob.
Yeah, Gary Gensler's got to make some very important decisions on this. So what's next here? The ball is now in the SEC's court. A lot depends on whether SEC Chair Gary Gensler wants to fold or fight to the end. The SEC has several choices to make. The first one, the most important thing, is whether the SEC wants to appeal the case. The regulator has 45 days to make that decision. An appeal is possible, but the harsh tone of the judicial ruling certainly makes it more difficult for the SEC to appeal. Now, if they appeal...
Quickly, just want to interject. Gary Gensler will most likely be out of the game by the time the bull market starts. At any minute now. It's going to be one of the catalyst events.
The order would be stayed until there is a decision on the appeal. But there are at least 8 other applicants for a Bitcoin ETF that may have to be given a thumbs up or down in that period. The first of the applicants to file was ARK. They filed back in May. So the SEC has a maximum time of 240 days to approve or deny those applications.
Which matches up, those 240 days match up perfectly with the Bitcoin halving.
Including ARK, which was the first one. So the first deadline would be January 10th of 2024. If they decide not to appeal, they could go along with the court ruling and approve all or some of the 9 applications for a spot Bitcoin ETF, and that could happen fairly quickly. Third,
imagine this. They just said, right, January. Imagine this. You get the first Bitcoin ETF approval in January, beginning of this next year in 2024. The halving event is happening between April, May time. Talk about a spark of super trend happening right before the halving even occurs. You're already having a massive amount of demand for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going up. Then there's a shock. There's a supply shock, right? With the halving happen. And we're going to even lead into even bigger numbers before 2025, because the bull market usually tends to really take off about almost a year after the halving event. So this is going to be massive, but let's keep going.
They could come up with a new rationale why the application should not be approved and dare get Grayscale to sue them again. The SEC can no longer use the argument that there is not a market of sufficient size.
They won't risk that. They won't risk another lawsuit. They've been losing lawsuits left and right. Gary Gensler is on his way out. They're not going to do that
to prevent manipulation. But it could come up with other arguments. Like what? Well,
BlackRock, baby. Look at that BlackRock.
That's not clear, and that's a problem for the SEC. Now, there's one final possibility. The SEC could just kill the Bitcoin futures ETF altogether and admit they made a mistake. That is theoretically possible, but very unlikely, considering the SEC recently approved leveraged Bitcoin futures that are out there. So there is a real food fight going on at the SEC right now. There are hardliners there who say Bitcoin is baloney, and we have no control over it. We have no control over the exchanges. We need to stop it and fight it as long as possible. And then I'm sure there's realists who say, we got a lot on our plate coming up in the next few months. We have to figure out a way to allow this to happen, roll it out slowly. They'll probably approve all of them at once. So there's a fight going on here. My bet would be eventually, sometime in the fall, they approve them, all of them.
There's a lot to unpack there. So let me just get it out of the way quickly. He said we can't control it. That's one of their biggest concerns. We can't control it. But there's others that are realists that said it's too late. We gotta get ahead of it before we get left behind. And we gotta like he said, right, slowly release it. And slowly releasing it before the halving event, before the real bull market occurs, right, to slowly start building that price up, giving them time as institutions to really get in, right, and continuously start pumping up their own numbers. That's what the plan is. That's why it's going to be a slow rollout. That's why it's probably going to happen here a lot sooner than we can imagine, whether it happens in January or even happens before. January is kind of like the deadline for the first deny or approval of the ARK investments. So, and he said they could all get approved at the same day, right? You approve one, all the other filings are pretty much the same. they're going to get all approved. And there's a massive market situation where they kind of have to approve all of them within 1 to 2 days, very close time frames from each other. Because if not, if they approve one now and let's say they wait weeks to months to approve another one, that first ETF is going to take a huge market share of the entire situation with the Bitcoin ETF. And they don't want to do that as a market, right? They want to keep things kind of fluid and spread out. So they want all these institutions to have a piece of the pie and not just one institution holding, 60 to 70% of the market because they were approved months ahead of everyone else. With BlackRock in the mix, this has been a huge play that I've been telling you guys will be a catalyst event for a super trend for Bitcoin. But this will be the last massive 4-year cycle that we're ever going to see. And after this, the whole game is going to change. After the spot ETF is approved and the bull market is over, everything is out the window that we know. Nothing will ever be the same after these spot ETFs are approved and this next bull market happens. But I want to hear your thoughts. Drop your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let me know. Do you think this will be a catalyst event for the super cycle? Do you think that the spot ETF will be approved here anytime soon? If not, let me know in the comments as well. Even if you don't think it's going to happen. If you think, hey, Crusader, you're full of fugazi. Let me know in the comments, guys. Smash those likes, hit that sub button, and make sure to hit that notification bell. Until next time, like always, question everything, trust nothing, and always huddle like it's hot. See you guys.